Hey, mic check, man. 1 2, man. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hey, look, it's real quick before I go to sleep, man, cause I can't. My eyes low. My hoes too low, man. Hey, look, I'm listening. I'm listening to your girl, right? I'm listening to a live stream with Princella, and I was just thinking. I'm like, okay, so is Princella trying to give a man a way out, or is she really like speaking the truth about who's the real true leader of the situation? That who's the more superior, got the more superior brain, the more superior mind, and at the same time, who's trying to push somebody up front, right? So as I'm listening while I'm driving, and I'm like, huh, your boy Rue, I'm always open. I'm always open to different perspectives if it makes some pretty good sense, right? I'm not gonna go against it if it's making some pretty good sense, man. As I'm thinking, as I'm driving, I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? Maybe she got a point. What if she got a point? And a lot of people don't want to accept that because folks might not actually like her per se, right? But what if she's making a damn good point about, I don't know, men versus women, who who's really supposed to be in the front and who's getting pushed in the front? Like that when a man is actually, when he's on top of his game, he's operating in a feminine, he's operating in a feminine mindset, right? You say, do I fuck with Jadis? Who's Jadis, man? Who's that? I believe she was making a pretty good point. What up, Abraham? What up? She making a point, man. I like that point she was making. That I've noticed that too, right? There are a lot of things that women can do. Women can get a lot of shit done, but a lot of women don't actually really want to be the one to get it done. They want a man to get it done for them. That if the world is being based off of women, the divine feminine, right? What up, Brownsville? What up, man? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. Man, it's your first time over here. I didn't know you even knew I had a channel, man. What the hell? But listen, since you here, Brownsville, I'm just listening to what Princella was saying. I'm like, you know, we all come from a woman. We're not here as men if it's not for a woman's body. Another man couldn't get that. He couldn't have actually gotten it done for us, right? Like we couldn't have actually gestated through a man's body and come here as a whole human being, right? So it's something that's inferior about a man when it comes to a woman. But yet you got the world puts men in front of women. And it's like, I think women like putting men in front just so they won't have to necessarily have to do certain things. Maybe because they do other things. But let's just say if they're not raising children or if they're not taking care of a family, I've noticed that a lot of women can get shit done if they make their mind up to do it, right? So I'm looking at this couple, this black couple, right? And they always doing little things around the house. And this guy he's very crafty with his hand, right? Handy. He know how to build things around the house, right? But yet his wife also builds shit too around the house. And she made a good point one time when I was listening to one of her shorts. She said, this shit could have been done 6 years ago, but see, that was 6 years that I let go by because I could have came out here and did it, right? And I'm like, damn, I ain't never really heard a woman say no shit like that, man. I ain't never heard a woman just come out and just be truthful about that. Like, okay, well, she knew she could have got it done, but yet you waiting for your man to get it done. But if you would have got it done, it would have been done 6 years ago and not now. That is some things I feel like women are more urgent than men, right? A lot of men are lackadaisical. A lot of men just don't get it, right? A lot of men don't want to get it. And the fact that you have so many women who just want to sit back and just chill and procrastinate and bullshit, and as long as they can put the men out there to either sacrifice or get hit first, and they sit back and they scheme and they plot and whatever the fuck it may be, why a lot of things not getting done in the world, right? But then you hear a lot of women, they do complain when men make these decisions and it goes against the woman, and women know that, nigga, you had no business making a decision like that. But here we are, we letting you niggas get out here and lead, and you guys leading us to the slaughter, right? That's the part, as I'm listening to Princella, I'm like, okay, you making damn good sense. That part right there, why do women, why do they just sit back? Why do they sit back, right, when they can just go? Like, why do they sit around and wait? What is it about them wasting time and bullshitting time, and it makes all of them feel the same way, right? What is it about that? Because I don't understand that shit. If you know you can get shit done as a person, and these dudes just don't have a clue, they not interested in getting nothing done, why are you sitting back just waiting? Like, are you trying to pull a nigga up? Like, are you trying to give him an opportunity? Are you being condescending or facetious? Because let's just say if it really was the true order, right, where you got a man and then you got a woman and then you got a child, right? And a man really knew how to get things done because his brain is more active than a woman, right? So he got different things going on in his mind, and he can take care of shit that the average woman can't take care of, right? He understands certain things that women don't understand. The woman is really inferior for real. I don't think men would sit back and say, you know what, we're going to wait and give a chance for these women to get out here and try to figure this shit out. And we're going to sit back and have a soft life. Priscilla made sense on the women just want to have a soft life and let the men be slaves, right? The men supposed to be working their ass off to afford a woman a soft life. But then the women, they sit back and complain when the man just can't figure out shit and he don't get shit done the way that they think he should get it done. But yet she refused to actually get out there and do it because she'd rather for him to do it, right? It's like you making him feel like a man, though. So you're not really dealing with a man who knows how to be a man, because I think women are really scared of those kind of guys. And then if he's really been a man and that means he's operating his divine feminine, which I don't knock the feminine energy, bro. I embrace that. I don't deny that and say the feminine energy must be some homosexual energy. It's girly energy. I think it's different levels of creativity. I think when it comes to masculinity, that's more of the brawn, that's brute, that's enforcing, that's actually the muscle, the strength. And I do think creativity is feminine. I do feel that productivity is feminine. I feel, and this is before I'm hearing this shit Princella saying, but I just never put something to it. I never just came to these type of conclusions, right? So it's a lot of things I'm lost on, right? So even with me within the last couple of years, or how I've been just really focused and locked in on what I'm supposed to be doing, I am operating in a feminine mind. But then at the same time, with my masculinity is allowing me to actually enforce rules, right? Pursue certain things, right? Take the risk, not being afraid, not being scared, not procrastinating, not sitting on my ass no more, right? So that's all masculine. But the actual getting the shit done, yeah, that's feminine. Who in the fuck said feminine had to apply to just women? Who said these things? If you're talking about balance, who in the fuck said that masculinity is only applied to men? When you understand the two, you will know, okay, you can tap into both of them to get shit done, man. When you see these men saying that these women are being masculine, and if that's pretty much her just actually getting something done and taking shit and conquering shit and actually having the courage to get out here and the bravery to get out here and not be afraid to do something, and she's being masculine. and you shaming her for being masculine, right? Nah, man. I don't. Shit. I don't agree with that, man. Nah, I think everybody have the right. Oh shit. I believe everybody have the right to make something happen. As we see now, we've been putting our women in a position to where they have to be the ones to make shit happen. But then she get shamed for it. Nah, nigga, she shouldn't get shamed for no shit like that. Not at all, man. Not at all. Do Princella have a point? Yes, I think she got a good point, man. She do. Is she making a point when it comes down to how women have been behind trying to wait for this nigga who don't care about elevating, that women actually like dealing with guys who are not productive, but yet he can be violent enough to enforce shit on her behalf, but he's not mentally on the same level with her to be able to challenge her to pretty much make her sit the fuck down, man. Is that the case? Oh, let me sit this thing up, man. This thing here getting on my nerve. Sit up, my nigga. Sit up. I have to agree with Princella, man. Like every now and then I do when she making a point, and it can be backed up scientifically. All right, whatever, man. But I'm just looking at the reality. So I really go based on reality. I go based on what I see, and I see how people operate naturally to try to get understanding on what's what, right? So I've seen all my life, I've seen a lot of lackadaisical men, right? I've seen some productive men, but yet not always innovative, not always creative, but yet they'll go to work. And I've seen a lot of men who just, be satisfied with going to work and never want to do nothing more than just go to work. But they do their job very well. For the most part, I've been around black men who actually just don't want to do shit, period. I've been around a whole bunch of women who are frustrated as hell because the men who they actually either find attractive or they actually want to get with, right? Or they want to actually start a family with, that these guys don't have the same kind of understanding that she have about how life's supposed to work and how things are supposed to get done. She should get frustrated with him for not having a clue. And it's not just this one woman, it's a bunch of black women who operate like that. And that's the problem. That's the issue. How long do you have to actually wait? Why does it seem like things have to be fucked up or bad things have to take place in order for you to have a sense of urgency? What is that about? Like, why not get something started from the beginning and then you be consistent throughout the middle and then you head towards the end and you'll feel good every time. Even if you lose or even if you come up short, you'll feel good that you didn't wait too late. It's too many black women in the world who actually wait too fucking late and they waiting on a goddamn nigga. That man ain't, he not, he, it's one thing for somebody who want to play the game and yet they just maybe lose every now and then, but you still get behind them because they actually want to play the game. So if I tell you that I deal with people who want to do some shit, right? And not me having to make you do something you don't really want to do. I don't want to be around people who I feel like I'm making you do some shit or you feel like somebody's forcing you to do something because you got things that people do that no one have to ever ask them to do, right? Like they just get up and do it. That's natural. These men naturally do not want to get up and do anything and nothing is stopping them. It's just them. It's them. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't know, man. I just wanted to kind of like just get that off my chest a little bit, right? Because that just, I'm gonna listen to some more of that live stream probably when I go to sleep, man, as I go to sleep. But that, like, I can give it to Princella that she had to acknowledge that the very few black men who actually want to do something, that she can't get in the way of that. And she understands that if a black man is on top of his game, he is a very dangerous individual. And of course, women still want to credit that shit to some other woman getting them like that. Because deep down, they still believe that no man can actually have this kind of level of ambition on his own. And I think they misconstrue a man just either knowing a lot of women or females compared to a bunch of women having to prop his ass up to be here. In the case with me, I know women in my life, right? Or women who invested, like mother, really mother, aunts, and all that kind of stuff, right? Grandmother. But as of right now, I'm not gonna sit up here and make it seem like the reason why I got some fire lit up under me now is because it's women propping me up to do what a man is supposed to do. What I do understand, whether I'm operating in a feminine mindset or not, what I do understand is that no one can get in a man's way. And I think black men feel like something is always going to hold them down so they can make that excuse for life, even when nothing is really holding them down, right? So let's say when you come across another man who actually is moving like a guy who's not anchored by the ankle, that he can fly, as a matter of fact. And it benefits everybody, right? Everybody's supposed to get happy and be happy based on a man now figuring out what the fuck he's supposed to be doing in life, man. And he executing. Having a plan, actually, to go forth with a plan and execute the plan, man. And trust in the plan and trust in the results, right? Even if you don't see them too soon, you just can see them little by little every day. And you can trust that it's going to be this way. In the meantime, you be safe. In the meantime, you make sure you're good just so you can see those results, but never deny the results because you don't see them. I think every man have that in him. Now, I don't know, man. You got people will argue and say, everybody's not the same. I'm going just based on maybe genetic makeup, physical prowess, right? Things like that, to where if a person just sat down and learned how to go about doing something, he'll actually will learn it and he'll actually go and do it. Whatever it may be that he's interested in, he'll be focused on that. But yet he'll execute. Now, he won't just sit back and have to let women guide him and tell him what to do. But taking advice is cool. But letting a woman get your day started for you as a man, that's not cool. Every man can sit down and learn what to do if he want to. The issue is the nigga don't want to. Your girl Princella is trying to get women to see that these niggas don't want to, right? Princella don't understand that women may not take advice from her because she's a woman. And women don't really like hearing other women. It is a bias there, right? When it comes down to receiving advice, that even women would rather have a man tell them some certain things, right? Or have a man as a boss. That is the same how black people, how we really don't trust each other to do business with each other, right? Because we know how grimy and dirty we all can be. So it's kind of hard for you to trust another man or a woman, right? With some type of idea that they have, and you have to invest your money into the shit. You're not going to really trust that because you just been fucked over a little too much, right? And I feel like now in the case of Princella, women know how dirty and grimy and fucked up other women are to even be taking any kind of goddamn advice, right? Like even if the advice could be sage, what people have to understand on YouTube is that if the person don't like you as a person, it doesn't matter what righteous cause you're fighting. It don't matter what you championing, right? If your reputation is somebody who either argumentative or you combative, or you somebody who go against the grain, or you somebody who rub people the wrong way, you somebody who like to piss people off, right? You that kind of person who operate like that. And you know what? The very first time you actually humble yourself and you can come from the heart, it's like your reputation precedes your ass, man. So therefore, no one cares. What up, Red Hazel Green? How you doing, man? Long time. How you been? Women don't want to listen to Princella because they still want the D. Is that the facts? I mean, you can still want the D, and I think what you saying is Princella wants y'all to get up off the D, right? Uh, you have to wean yourself off of it. You're not going to just come up off of it. And I don't think she's trying to give women the grace of just saying, hey, I got to wean myself off this shit, man, because I've been doing this since I was 16, shit like that, right? And now I'm 30-something, 40-something, right? I got to wean myself off this. You got some people who feel like they can't go too long without sex because they've been having it all the time, to where if they go a year without, it's like, it done fucked up their perfect record of being able to get some every year since they was a teenager. Every month, whatever. In the case of Princella, women are not listening because it's like when you trying to shine light to a person and they sleep, that's a good way to get your ass whooped, man. When I'm asleep, I hear where I'm at, right? Somebody decide they want to come and put a flashlight, a mag light in your eyes while you knocked out sleep. They want to take the covers off of you while you knocked out sleep, man, and put a light in your eye, bro. Dog, you are ready to get your ass kicked, bro. That is some shit that's on the same level of knocking somebody's food off the table, man, when they about to eat, man. That's messing with somebody's sleep will get your ass hurt, man. And you got so many people who are asleep. And then sleep feel good, because sleep do feel good. And you used to hate when your mama and grandmama or your daddy or somebody used to wake you up to go to school and shit when you knocked out sleep. And that sleep be good, nigga, around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And right, it's like you want to wake up on your own. You don't want nobody waking you up. Princella, her issue is she's trying to wake up too many women. A lot of these guys who so-called are gurus and they speak to men, they trying to wake up men. These men don't care to be woken up. Shit, exactly, because the D can make you make crazy decisions. Is that the case? Is it the D? I'm trying to see, is it the D that make you make crazy decisions, though? Or is the fact that you already crazy? Is it the fact that you already crazy and you need an excuse to be crazier? Is it the pussy that makes men go crazy? I mean, yes, the feeling of it, don't get me wrong, the feeling of it can get you caught up. The feeling can be that good to your soul and you get caught up with this shit, right? But going crazy, you going crazy for what reason? I never understood that part, though, about the good sex, man. All right, the good sex making me what? I'm possessed. I'm active now. I'm ready to go. Yes, it's the D, because you're transferring DNA, man. That's what you teach. You're transferring DNA, okay? So it's a crazy nigga. The nigga crazy. The dude crazy. And he putting that in you. Okay, that makes sense. So now you crazy. So is that the reason why women fuck with crazy dudes? Because they already crazy in themselves and they want to have another reason to be crazier? Is the fact that you fuck with a crazy nigga? Now you have the right to be crazy. It's like he can be blamed for why you crazy now because he's crazy. Now he got you acting crazy, and that's all you needed. So he unlocked the crazy inside of you? Hell nah, man. I don't believe in no shit like that. I don't believe that nigga he unlocked the crazy in you. Mm-mm. Hell no, man. With Princella, I think people are not listening to her per se. And they are, but like folks not really caring about what she owned because people see that at the end of the day, she still want women to give her the same courtesy and respect that women give men, right? So like even if she want to abuse you, hurt you, harm you, she wants you to let her do that because for so many years you've allowed for men to do it. And she feel like a lot of these educated lames, all right, they feel like when it come down to them and Pookie and Ray Ray and them, they feel more qualified, right? And you know, when you're dealing with somebody who feel like he's more qualified or she's more qualified, then they feel entitled to certain things, right? And they are looking at you as lower and they feel like you're not as deserving of certain things. They are. They don't want to accept the fact that it could be a guy who is low tier in the way he think, in the way he move, that can get the undivided attention of a lot of people. She say, crazy decisions, ignoring red flags. No, no, no. Chemicals in women are different than men. Women want to live in a delusion. You sound just like goddamn Princella, man. You not Princella? You sound just like her. I've been saying that Priscilla been taking some of my talking points, so you know I'm not putting past people for just because you bigger on YouTube that you don't roam in the spaces with smaller people, or you may not have knowledge on who certain people may be because you're supposed to be so much bigger. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. We believe in fairy tales. You believe in fairy tales, man? Okay. Delusion, fairy tales. Is that what's stopping progression? Like, is that an excuse for you not to be productive, more productive than what you can be? Is because you believe in it. It's like running to the fairy tale. Is that just a woman's way of saying, look, I don't want to be stressing over all this other shit, right? I'd rather for the man to do that, right? I don't want to be tripping over all this other shit. I got more important things to worry about. So right now, just keep it like how it is, man. If this is feeling good right now, nigga, don't disrupt it. If you know how to actually bullshit me, then keep doing that, man. If your lie, if your lie feels good when I hear it, and that keeps me calm, then just keep lying then. If you can do the job, like my boy Brownsville, they say, how Brownsville, we say Brownsville be bullshitting with the women and shit. And if he's doing a good job, then the women gonna always pay for it, or they gonna always come to see it, or they gonna always accept it, right? You have to just do the good job. If you're gonna be a bullshitter, a person can say, I respect you for bullshitting me, man, because you're not doing a bad job bullshitting me, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. The fairy tale. What was the fairy tale? 'Cause I don't see women, especially black women, living in a real good situation when they're dealing with men, though, right? So what's the fairy tale? What is the fairy tale at the end of the day? Like, we talking about after years of dealing with a person, right? So what's the fairy tale as a guy putting you in? Because from what I see, it's a lot of misery. So is that the fairy tale? You being miserable? Is being miserable for a woman, is it different for when it comes down to a man? Like, is it a different definition? She said exactly, but she's not conscious that she's doing that. 'Cause that's why men lie. She's not conscious. That you talking about big bag Princella not conscious on what she's doing? Do you feel like Princella is delusional? Like her hope for women, is that delusional? Like believing and wanting people to change this shit around, but yet they not putting the work in to do so. You know, when we look at sports and stuff like that, and or people in life, and when they start turning their life around, we can acknowledge that they at least started doing some type of work. They either changed the way they was going by doing it at first, and now you just start seeing them. Okay, they stopping the bleeding, and they adding on. They learning little by little, all big by big, whatever it may be. But we can acknowledge that, you know what, you guys, y'all start going through ups and downs. Y'all start going through these challenges, and y'all started showing a brotherhood or showing unity. We saw that y'all wasn't winning at first, and now y'all learn the little bit things on how to actually start winning. And now look at y'all now. Y'all winning, y'all competing, right? She said the fairy tale is delusion, right? That he's going to be faithful for the rest of his life. He's not. He'll never be. That's what P is saying, right? So women end up in miserable marriages. P is not delusional, okay? Women are delusional, not P. Women believe that in monogamous committed relationships. Most men don't. So that's the delusion. Okay, that makes sense right there. The delusion is you believing that a man is gonna, damn, that's the, damn. You believing in a man is gonna actually be faithful. So it's like, as I'm listening to what she was saying about how you might have a child who, or a student who may not, who may be learning deficient, right? Maybe having a hard time learning and they can't do what a more superior child can do. And you have, let's say you got a child who's on point, squared away, very smart, and that child may not get the attention that the special needs child might always need to get. And then eventually this child that's on point regress and start acting like as if he or she cannot learn because they see that you giving the attention to this child who just is hard to learn. And she was just comparing that to women and men. And I'm like, well, damn, that's crazy, right? That's wild. That's wild, man. So by her saying that, it's like you looking at a man who is not trying to be monogamous, and you got women who may not want to be monogamous also, but they want to control everything and everybody, and they focus is so focused, is so hell bent on why men can actually get out here and do whatever they can do, right? When it comes down to sex or sexual partners, and society doesn't judge them, but they harshly critique and criticize women for being promiscuous or wanting multiple sexual partners. So my thing is society saying that men are inferior? That's the reason why they have to do shit to make it seem like they belong. Like, if men were more superior, then they wouldn't get away with having a whole bunch of sexual partners, because the whole having sex is not intellectual. That's nothing. You know, they try to make that shit sapiosexual. They try to make it to where you get turned on by intellect and all that. Okay, that might just be simply you just well look, you just like a person who got good sense, right? Who know more than just the average individual. So that just might get you turned on, knowing that okay, this guy here, he's brilliant and he articulate with the shit, right? And he done taught me something, right? Okay, I give you that. But just having sex, that's not intellectual. The act alone is not intellectual. It's more primitive. It's reproductive. It's recreational, whatever you want to put it, right? So if you got men who don't have nothing else going on for themselves and don't nobody really rely on them and care too much about them for anything else other than when they are having sex. So now that's what they're doing best is just having sex, right? And women who everybody kind of rely on and they are much more needed in society than men, that's the only thing that women are focused on is why in the fuck they can't have sex like men. I mean, that makes good sense when if Princella is pointing that kind of shit out, like, okay, all the shit you supposed to be doing or you can do, you worrying about why you are operating low vibrational, you were operating in a low vibration of just wanting to have sex with a whole bunch of people. Because men can do this shit and men are not judged, and that's what's got you fucked up, is want to know why in the hell everybody judging women for doing what men do, right? Like as if you don't understand the double standard is real and it's very biased. It's not equal. It's gonna favor agenda. Man, I don't know, man. So y'all want a man to hold, let me sit up. Come on, man. Get this goddamn shit, get comfortable in it. So y'all want a man to just be with you and you for the rest of your life, right? Okay. Hmm. That's interesting right there. I don't know, red hazel green. That's kind of it's kind of interesting, man, to hear that, man, because is that what's slowing women down? Is the fact that you want to be able to do what men doing? You want to be able to do the inferior shit that men are doing, and people don't judge you for it, right? But see, what's so cold about that when it comes to women, especially black women, is that black women, they want to be viewed as more respectable than men. Uh, I don't think men give a fuck about all that, right? Like, I don't think men care about being respectable, being respectful, having a perfect image, having a persona that people adore and admire. I don't think I don't think men give a damn about no shit like that. The whole relationship shit is really based on women. Like relationship is a woman's game, right? That's her play thing. And a man, he just go along with it. I don't see men starting families because that's what they want to do. I do see men bullshitting women by acting like he want to be her boyfriend because he don't want no other man having her. But he's not gonna necessarily do right by her though. But when it come down to just the family image or the family front, that's always been a woman's thing, right? That's the reason why women, they take it harder when they lose it, right? And then on top of that, they'll be the ones who going hard to try to fortify the situation and preserve the image, even though it's not what it is for real. It's just simply toxic or it's really disrespectful. It's bad, but yet it's embarrassing for her, man, for her to have to break up. I mean, it makes her look bad. It makes women look bad. I mean, that's crazy, man. What I'm saying is that I'm looking at these pictures on Instagram, and I'm seeing these men who are actually taking pictures with these women, and these guys got a serious face. They don't look like they happy. You can tell it's not his thing, though. You can tell he's not the one who got this shit started, that he's running this shit. Yes, he paying bills, if anything, right? But he didn't have a plan that would have included a woman to be his wife and how they gonna plan on having children and plan a whole life for the next at least 20 years, right? He didn't have that particular plan. That normally was like a woman's plan or her ideal or how she think in her head this shit's supposed to go for the next couple of years, right? I haven't met a man who actually started a family the way he would start a business. He just need a wife. He need the perfect type of wife, the perfect type of woman to be his wife and the mother of his children. And she just going along with the ride with him because this is all him. Nah, it be guys pulling against these women. The majority of relationships is all the woman. She the one smiling and acting like she happy, even though she's not. That nigga ain't feeling none of that shit, and he's looking like it. It shows in his face. That right there, like I've told people before, I said I'm not against if you want to be promiscuous, if you want to have different men, and go ahead. You ain't got to sneak and hide and lie about it. The thing was holding women back from getting out here doing what men can do is the fact that you want somebody to respect you as a wife or sacrifice for you to make you his wife, right? And do things that he normally wouldn't do and put off shit that he normally wouldn't want to put off for you. I don't think a man, I don't feel that men feel like they have to necessarily change to get a woman. I don't think he is afraid that society or women as a whole is not going to want to have sex with him or let's say be with him because he be with a bunch of women. Or even if he put his hands on a woman, right? I don't feel like society will hold it against him. You have a man who can whoop a woman's ass and that woman, you got other women who still fuck with this guy, right? You got a man who done been with 100 women and a woman can know that and she still will fuck with him. He can have a bunch of baby mamas and all that and a whole bunch of kids and a woman, a respectable woman will still fuck with him. She say, what is slowing women down? Just keep on trying to help the men and get the D instead of going within themselves and doing for themselves right in the community. Peace not for the nuclear relationships. I agree. And that's the problem, right? Women shouldn't want validation from a man. You get it from yourself. Yeah, see, she shouldn't want validation from an actual man. She should get it from herself. But I think that's easier said than done. I think that, in our lifetime, oh yeah, oh man, in our lifetime, you got some rules already just written, whether they written physically or just unspoken, right? I think it's too many. It's too many forces that's telling women that a man would validate them. It's too many. Damn. It's too many generations of women and men, right? But really women that these women respect is telling them this shit. It's not like Big Mama is saying, look, you don't really necessarily need to be with some man to validate what you have going on as a woman, right? And the women in the church not saying no shit like that. So you got the elders are not saying that, and then you got the old heads or the OGs of these women, the mamas and aunts, big cousins and all that, right? They not saying the teachers, you know, they not saying this kind of shit neither. They will tell you that you look real strange and weird for accomplishing so much, but you can't accomplish a relationship, right? And you know what? I'm gonna say this too, real quick. Red Hazel Green, while I'm talking to you, I used to be ignorant like that, and then again, I thought I was right. And I'm gonna tell you based on this little example I used to tell. Like I used to make this comment towards Angry Man, right? And not just Angry Man, but Obsidian and a lot of these guys that be on these panels a long time ago. So I would tell Angry Man this, right? I said, look, man, you think you so goddamn smart, right? And you can be smart, as a matter of fact. And you know what? I would try to reduce that shit to the most basic shit, but yet it is something that can be challenging, but it's basic, right? And it's not really relevant to what I was saying or what we was talking about, right? It was just me to try to throw him off and shut him up, right? So I would tell Angry Man, I would say, look, you smart in all these other ways, right? You intellectual, you know all these different things about life. I said, but why haven't you figured out how to lose some goddamn weight, right? That's what them old women are telling these young women. You got all this going for you, but why haven't you figured out on how to find a man and keep a man, right? And that's not even relevant to what they are talking about. It's just the fact that you can throw that shit in and it's supposed to shut them the fuck up or humble them a little bit, right? What up, Full Circle? What up? How you doing, OG? So I would tell them niggas that shit, man. Cause I wanted to know, okay, well, why haven't you worked out? Why haven't you exercised? Why haven't you came up with a way to trim up some of that fat? They go for a lot of these niggas on YouTube who got weight on them, right? But it's not relevant to what the fuck they talking about. It's not. It's not. But folks tend to come at you like that when you act like you got all the answers, right? Old woman will say, baby, so you can't get you a man and keep a man since you know how to do all this other shit? Exactly. I love PS message, right? P's messages. And I think most of it's true, right? Besides, it's not set up like that. It's not set up like that. It's just not set up like that. Society tell young men, well, let's say the black community, the black men in the black community tell young men that if you're not getting pussy, you're not really doing nothing. Like, so you have to include pussy in anything you do. Cause no elder or no OG is saying, look, bro, you ain't gotta fuck none of these girls yet, man. That shit gonna still be there. But you need to goddamn work on getting yourself together by the time you're 21. That's an unpopular goddamn expression. That's unpopular, man. We dealing with the ignorant mind right here. We dealing with people who are not going to win life, or they just good with being mediocre. And now they can tell you, you need to have you a man, you need to get you a woman, and they telling you this shit when you're not even prepared to do neither. That's the cold part about all that shit is the fact that men, young men are not prepared to have no girlfriend or have no wife or no children. He has to go through certain steps and have to build himself up in ways to where he can sustain a wife and a child, not just for no 1 or 2 years. We talking about for like 20 years. He's not prepared for that kind of shit at 21 years old. Young women, as you were saying earlier, redheads or green, it's you guys receiving everything that come from everybody. So you you're not really ready for good dick. And I'm not making it about sex. I'm saying if a fucked up nigga who got a lot of problems is the one who's giving you the best dick. And that's what you associate. The best dick is with a guy who have issues. The best stroke is a dude who got a lot of pain in him, a lot of mental illness in him, right? A lot of emotional suffering, long suffering that a dude getting out of jail and he's stressed out or he got a chip on his shoulder, right? The fact that he went to jail, it was something fucked up about him for going to jail anyway, let alone going to jail and making it a home and relaxing and going to sleep and taking a bath and that motherfucker. The fact that he done made this his home, he eating around the toilet and shit. He eating around. He actually he ain't bathing on a regular basis. He ain't doing none of that, right? And he was able to get comfortable in that environment. That right there is mental illness. So therefore, if he's coming out with some of the best dick, and women are saying, okay, jail niggas got the best dick, crazy niggas got the best dick, right? Mentally ill niggas got the best dick, right? And you receiving all that shit as a woman. You here for it, getting your whole life. No one's telling young women they ain't the type of dick you need to be having in you. If you associating the best dick with the craziest shit that a nigga can go through, you can't go back to being normal. You sure not for to go back to being with a guy who got a limp ass dick. You sure not for to go with a guy who is so cautious and so careful and calculated to where he's not gonna fuck you a certain way because he don't want to get you pregnant. You're not gonna be with a guy who want to always wear condoms and shit, or a guy who have a hard time getting erect and shit like that because he don't have no problems mentally. They not telling you red hazel green that look, if you gonna get that good dick, man, it's gonna be attached to a fucked up nigga, and you ain't ready for that fucked up nigga right now, or you gonna be just as fucked up as him. What up, Jermaine? What up? Spiritual bondage. There you go. It's like women are twerking, BBLs not thinking a full picture, right? So exactly, it's all about the D, and they think good D is love. They think good D is love, right? Because let me tell you why. Anytime you have intercourse, anytime you having sexual intercourse, man, and if it's been done right, you're gonna feel like that's love, right? Kind of like, somebody prepare a meal for you and it's done right and you taste it and you like, man, that's good, dog. That's love. It's like the feeling is love. Like the feeling's like, man, that's love, dog. Any warm feeling, that's love. That's a love feeling. Like, man, when you can relax and be at ease and say, man, that shit felt good to the motherfucker. A motherfucker massage your shoulders and shit, right? Massage your back and you like, oh, you fell asleep, man. That shit felt good. You gonna think that's love. That's love. People showing you love, man. But motherfucker give you some money, man. Make sure you straight. Uh, People goddamn, it's like they making you comfortable. They making you feel good though, right? You gonna think that's love, man. That's love. A nigga hitting it and he's hitting it the way you like for him to hit it. I mean, why wouldn't you not think that this nigga is showing you love? That's love. Him hitting it right, that's love. Him eating it right, that's love, man. Love is work, love is therapy. Love, see, I agree, Jermaine. It's like this. You know how I work out, and the people who work out understands that in order for you to sustain or even take your body to another level, you have to put this work in. Even once you get to your actual dream body, you now have to keep this shit up. So whatever you was doing that was painful, it's still gonna be painful. It's still gonna be challenging. You still gonna lose your breath. You still gonna be out of breath, right? But see, that's the work. Now you equate that to a relationship. You equate working out after you already got what you want. When you look in the mirror and say, man, I finally got my body. We talking about however many years it took for you to get to this body and the pain you got to still go through. See, you would think that it'd be time for you to relax and just chill and go to sleep and start eating all what you want. And you can go another 6 months and say, you know what, I'm going to relax for about 6 months now since I finally got my dream body. And then before you know it, you're going to get right back fat or out of shape. love in a relationship, right? Whatever you did to get this woman, you're going to keep it up. Let's say if you was at a 50% when you got her, you keep it around 50%, around 40%, maybe 60 every now and then. The high might be 75 every now and then, but you keep it around that 50% range, all right? You don't go from coming in and you just start trying to impress her, you at 80%, 90%, and then you fall off to 20% and you still run that 20% range forever. You have to put the work in. Whoever you are as a person, don't try to overcompensate. Be who you are because you're supposed to be this way at the end of the day. At the end of the fucking day, you're supposed to still be this way. Don't switch up because you down and got older, or maybe you don't want to be bothered, or now y'all got a kid and shit. So it's like you been spending more time with the kid, so you're not giving her no time, right? You taking her for granted now, like as if she's gonna be there forever. Don't get to that point when you're doing that. A lot of us get to that point when we do that, man. Don't want to put the work in and the consistent work of pretty much saying, hey, I'm gonna keep on trying to make you happy or make you comfortable, make you satisfied. That means I don't want to relax on you. Not even, I can't go a whole week of relaxing because I'm not gonna get back to working. Authentic self, right? Value self, value each other, mind control of the body. Most men don't have my mindset. My mindset is not special. It's just simply what it is with me, Red Hazel Green, is I don't believe in wasting people's time. Me knowing who I am, right? I like dealing with women, but I don't like dealing with one woman. I'm gonna tell you why. I think one woman would get on my goddamn nerves, right? If it's just a whole bunch of different women that I'm cool with throughout the course of time, I can deal with that a lot better because I ain't got to necessarily be obligated to shit. So a lot of men like myself, right? We do more for things that we're not obligated to do so. When we're obligated, it's like a natural stubbornness, a rebellion just come out. A motherfucker don't want to do shit if you obligated to do it. If I'm obligated to love you, I'm not gonna want to love you. You see what I mean? Now I'm just saying the shit that a lot of men are doing when they have a woman and they don't do shit for their woman. They stop doing things for their woman because they're obligated. And now they don't want to necessarily do shit at this point because it's like, man, fuck that. Toxic relationships are a disciplined mindset. Toxic relationships, all right, when people say folks are toxic, this is what they're saying, right? They're saying that you are not holding back who you are. It's like if what you do or what you naturally do have the potential of fucking up everything that we got going on, then folks gonna say you toxic, right? So let's say you just speaking your mind and you speaking mind, your mind is hurting people's feelings, right? You're toxic because of what? Of the effect of what you done. You can't be toxic if no one's negatively affected by what you're doing. So if you hurting my feelings, if you shading, this is what you are. This is who you are. You feel your best, right? It's no different if you just fine, red, hazel, green. If you attractive and you don't try to tone that shit down, you turn that shit up. See, that's toxic. In the case of relationships, right? If a man is naturally a good looking guy and he's not trying to like lose himself and just get fat because he got a goddamn woman and get out of shape, but yet now he's still going to the gym and he's looking better and better, well, you could say that's toxic. Why? Even though, excuse me, hold on. Even though, appreciate it. I'm parking out over there, appreciate it. Even though, even though he's not doing anything wrong by going to the gym or dressing nice or keeping himself up, it's the fact that it's how it made her feel. And she feels now more insecure. She feel more like she's about to be replaced. So he's a toxic nigga for doing that. So it's not just only a dude being abusive and he cursing at you and talking bad to you that he's toxic, or y'all fighting and then y'all fucking and all that kind of shit. Nah, it could just be self-improvement can be confused as being toxic. She want to level up and that's making him feel some type of way, so he can say she's toxic. Are you having a preference? You having a preference? You know, you are liking what you like, and if that's offensive, that's toxic. But I understand what you're saying in relationships. It's the y'all fighting, or y'all not getting along, or y'all not being open and honest and truthful. Y'all not communicating with your goddamn. Looks is all vanity. What happened when the looks going? Man, them looks ain't gotta go. The looks don't have to go. You can start looking better as you get older. When people say when the looks fade, that's pretty much the people who just relying on just the looks for the little small, little temporary moment, and then they not gonna do shit to try to enhance their looks at all, or they not gonna do a bitch ass thing, right? They gonna just get old or get fat, become unrecognizable for the worst. And now they saying looks fading. Nah, your looks didn't have to fade, man. If you was a fine woman, a fine little chick, you could stay fine. The fact that your ass was fine and now you not fine no more, that's bad. We talk. We work it out. Exactly. I don't fight, argue. You ain't gotta fight no more, man. See what you doing, that's not necessary. I mean, it could be toxic because, a person might actually want to fight with you. And, some people take offense if you don't give them that same energy that they trying to give you. They'll feel like you leaving them out there to dry. So therefore, you really didn't love them, or you don't really like them like that because you're supposed to jump in with them, especially if they just getting started with you. That's crazy right there, man. You a woman named Jermaine, my bad. All right, Jermaine, okay. Relight the candle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. People don't want, listen, in relationships, folks don't want you to turn your back on them when they try and say something to you. Or you acting like you want to take the bigger, the high road by not arguing. Folks they get more mad about that because they just like, okay, well, why you acting like you want to be mature about this, but you can't be mature about other shit? So since you know how to be mature, why not put this display of maturity on all the time so we ain't got to necessarily get to this point? That's what they coming at you based on that. Like, okay, don't pick now. You selective, mature ass nigga or bitch, right? So they like, okay, so why are we going through this back and forth if you that damn mature? You see what I'm saying? Celebrate love and light. It's that positive shit, man. That don't work, man. That positive shit, people ain't trying to. It's like YouTube life, fuck it. It's like, man, niggas ain't trying to be around that positive shit, man. Niggas be too fucked up, too in their feelings, too hurt, too mad, stressing, crazy, shit ain't going right for them to be on some positive shit, man. And it's like, that is some things, when somebody's being positive, like what you doing right now, Jermaine, you being positive. People can't do nothing. They're not gonna tell you not to be it, right? You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna say don't be positive. But it's like right now, nah, they not hearing that shit. It's like, come on, man. I don't know, this Brownsville, man. You say you're a woman, but goddamn. Know our place in God and the rest will follow. That's the issue right there. People ain't never seen God. They don't believe it's a God for real. They believe it's something else that's supposed to be God. But they want folks to tell them, like, who is the God? Who's the real source? Like, what is that God, right? Don't just leave it out there that it's a God, because you telling us to follow God or put our faith in God, man. But put it in what? Because if it's money, say money. If it's gold, say gold. Like, what is the God? Who are you supposed to go to actually get a blessing from, right? Is it the bank? That's God, the bank. Go to God, man. All right, so who you want me to go to? It's like it's unknown. Like, so what the fuck you want me to do? Like, you saying go to God, nigga. Like as if you telling me exactly, like, okay, right, look, go into that store right there, or go over there in that building. And I think people feel like, it's unfair for after all these years of people folks been living on this earth we living on, you can direct anybody anywhere on earth and people exactly know where to go, right? Like right now, I'm in around Nashville, right? So that's where I'm supposed to be. And I came from Buffalo yesterday, right? New York. So I know I need to be, right? So just imagine if people who my dispatch is telling me to just go south, go south, go south, right? But they're not even telling me that, right? Tell you the truth. Just telling me to drive and have faith in wherever the fuck I go. Have faith that I should find exactly where I need to be. Just imagine how frustrating that would be, right? If they telling me that I have to be somewhere today or tomorrow, and I have to be at the actual right location, but they not telling me what city or what area I need to be heading towards or where I need to be. They just telling me to have faith and just drive, and something to come up while you're driving that's gonna veer you or lead you in the right direction. It's like, all right, so this big ass country, you telling me just to get on the road and start driving where though? You ain't even telling me which way to go. I don't even know which way to go. You're not saying go this way and then you might find some shit if you go. Nah, man. That's how I think people are looking at this God thing and saying, well, damn, you talking about trusting God, trusting this. Where is God? Which way to go? Which direction? Nigga ain't giving you the direction, man. That's what people gotta find. Folks got to find out where is God, man. Where is God, dog? Give me on accuracy. Where is he? Where is she? Wherever it may be, wherever being it may be, which way, where do I look? Don't quit telling me to go to God, man. You ain't telling me where to go. Because if you don't know, nigga, stop trying to sell it to me if you don't know. So if motherfucker done fooled you too, they done tricked your ass too, and had you believing it was a God too, right? So all right then, we'll leave it at that. Don't try to spread that shit to nobody else, because folks don't know. You don't know. If it was tangible, it was a place where you knew to go, you would be telling me, hey bro, look, Man, we gonna fit take you somewhere, man. I'm gonna take you where God is at. Yeah, right here in this building right here, man. Go upstairs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Say, I've always loved and protect my family and my children, and man, always invest in my man. And you mean give the vanity easy, give up too easy on yourself, on your children. All right, so I can agree with you on that one. A lot of men do give up on themselves too easy. Dudes give up to vanity. I don't know to give in to vanity. If you're talking about a beautiful woman, that a guy can get distracted by that. I agree with you on that too, man. But if you're talking about him vanity in himself, I don't know too many guys who are vain. You got a few conceited guys out here in the world, but man, these niggas, they don't do nothing for themselves to actually be vain. And they do give up on their children. Niggas want to be alone. They don't want to be bothered. They just want to get pussy and just kind of move around. It's like if you let the average man tell it, he'll just have sex with you, won't put a lot, but he just, if it's a dire need or whatnot, hit him up. If it's not dire, he don't want to hear shit about the kid, right? 'Cause a lot of guys just don't want to deal with kids, man. Not even their own kid. Like a lot of guys have a hard time trying to be his father because that's supposed to be the right thing to do. But they know they want to go. They want to do exactly what the deadbeat father is doing, the absentee father is doing. They want to leave. Niggas don't want to deal with no babies and shit like that, man. They really don't. Because when nobody have to make them deal with their kids if that's what they really want to do. That's what I'm saying. Like whatever he does on a regular basis is what he want to do. Now you got to make him come get his kid, make him see his kid. That man didn't really want to do that. Don't be trying to make that man do all that. Now when he play games and act like he only give a fuck about his kid because he trying to see who you got around his kid and he's trying to control what you do. Let's say if you dating some other guy or you going out kicking it with different guys, so now he gonna try to put in the kid like y'all got kids together, like it matter to him other than the fact that he wants you to consider that for why you shouldn't be out here fucking another dude. So now he can tell you, oh, we got kids together. You a mother. Or let's just say if you decide to want to up and just leave with his kid, even though he don't give a fuck about his kid like that, he can pretend in the public that he give a damn about the kid because now you up and trying to leave. Deep down, he don't really he don't really care about you up and leaving. It's just the fact that how it's gonna look on him when people start calling him a deadbeat, man, because he don't want to be called a deadbeat. When he want to control you and see what you got going on and who you fucking with, he'll make it about the kid. It'll give him a reason to come over to try to catch you in the act. See if he can catch you with some other nigga or something, right? So he caring about the kid. Man, I'm going to sleep. I'm tired, man.